There's a new print-on-demand aesthetic hitting the streets, and today I'm gonna walk you through the origins, some research on how it's trending, as well as exactly how you can design and adopt this trend for your own shop. I'm not gonna bury the lead. The design trend that I'm talking about is going to be the collage, mood board, vision board aesthetic, but stick around to the end. I'm going to walk through a really cool sample that I'm really excited about. Let's get into it. So what is the collage mood board type of aesthetic? It is basically the type of aesthetic that allows you to copy and paste a lot of different types of designs and images that you find across the web into some sort of individual file that gives you in a sense of a mood or a vision for your future, or also just like a general design aesthetic that you would want for your home. This has been something that has existed forever basically, but we've seen in the last couple of years a lot of people kind of with their I'm manifesting it mentality. And additionally, back in September, Pinterest actually launched a new feature for their platform called collages and remixing. They've always had an element of like collages, but they've made it really easy for people to grab images, remix them. And I think this type of remixing and collage sharing is one of the reasons that we're seeing this trend really well. Obviously, a lot of people go to Pinterest because they want to be able to be inspired and get inspiration for different types of things. And these types of aesthetics have been increasingly more popular on that platform. We've also just seen kind of new year, new me, and people wanting to have more intention about the direction that they're going for their home, their lives, their fitness, all types of things. And so I think a lot of those elements are leading to the popularity of this design trend. I have noticed at least two of my friends have collage type of phone cases that I think are super cute and really trendy. But once you start seeing these types of trends pop up across your own network of friends and family members, that's always a good idea to kind of stop and take a second to wonder if there's something more that you could do with that with print on demand. Now, anytime I'm launching anything with print on demand, I'm always getting my initial ideas and thoughts and kind of crazy off the wall ideas, but then I'm gonna do my research on them. And so the next step, once I saw that this was kind of trending across the space, was to actually go in and do research with tools to kind of understand if there is something here. Is the market too crowded? Are people even searching for things like this? And if they're not, what types of adjacent keywords are there volume that would make sense for print on demand? It's not too saturated, but is still kind of starting to have more growth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to Everbee and we're gonna walk through some of the search trends that we're seeing in there and kind of different tags and search volume to get a better understanding on what this space looks like. If you haven't used Everbee, it's basically a tool that allows you to have kind of back-end access to all of the different sales that are happening across Etsy. You can see the average monthly sales for certain products, the average monthly revenue. You can also see shop age. You can also see the amount of time that a listing has been live on Etsy. So it really allows you to have all these different data points about what is existing on the platform and where there might be that white space that you can enter. So what I've done is I've just gone over to Etsy and I've typed in collage. Obviously, when I scroll down, you're kind of getting a pulse check on all the different things that can be related to collage. As of right now on Etsy, the top selling listings are gonna be things that are more like personalized pictures, which I think is awesome because it tells us that people are like wanting collages as more of like a home aesthetic element. But there are also certain designs like this phone case, which is the pink coquette collage phone case that is trending really well, showing up top of page. You can see here that it's been listed for 9 months and it's a $37 phone case. So it's definitely something that there is visual appeal to be entering this category. And now I'm gonna do the same thing, but for mood board, because we kind of have an idea that for Etsy at least, collage is more related to photos, and we want to do something that is a little bit different to more of design specific. So I'm going to type in mood board. So once I go into mood board, you're going to see a lot of more like digital elements, which I think are really cool. As a spoiler alert, today I'm going to walk you through how you can basically just create your own mood board on Kittl, which allows you don't need to buy a template. You can use Kittl to go ahead and do that. But it also shows that there is a lot of interest in this category, but a lot of them are going to be more of digital goods as opposed to actual physical goods, which I think would allow you to stand out in this category. And so I'm also going to go over to my Everbee tool, go to product analytics, Make sure that I'm checking the entire Everbee database and then typing in mood board here too. And I'm just gonna go over to tag analytics that allows us to kind of sort by competition to see which tags have a lot of search volume, but not as much competition. So once I go over that, you can automatically see that there are a lot of different things in here that could be really interesting to add as tags. We're seeing mood board for women not have a ton of competition. We're seeing 2025 vision board, same thing here. Have some volume, but not as much competition. And then we're just seeing a lot of overall keywords for things like design mood board and things like that that have the potential for people to be searching for what has historically been more of a digital good, but now we're going to potentially make this into more of a physical good. So now that we have understood the origins, have done a little bit of research to show that there is plenty of search traffic for these terms, we're now going to go over to the step which is actually designing it. And today I'm going to be using Kittl. If you have never heard of Kittl, it is an awesome powerhouse of a design software that has a bunch of already pre-made templates within the platform that allows you to use those as inspiration. And why I also love Kittl for this specific design aesthetic is that everything within Kittl is able to be used with a license for commercial intent. So as long as you are paying for the subscription, you're able to utilize these designs for your own business, which is very exciting and kind of gets you out of a lot of that murkiness that exists across different design platforms. And they have a lot of pre-made templates in here that are a really great starting point to how we would potentially design a mood board aesthetic. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've typed in collage within the template section of Kittl, and I'm going to scroll down. You'll quickly see that a lot of these are image-based as well, but there are some graphic-based type of mood board type of collages in here that are really, really cool. And so as you start to go through Kittl and see things that look like a design aesthetic that you might want to make a collage design off of, you can very easily just go through and bookmark those items so that way you can find them later. One thing that's really amazing about Kittl as well is that they've recently launched bundles that give you a ton of different design elements all within a single project. So you're not having to click and drag and go across the entire platform. It's all kind of bundled together nicely within one specific cohesive design aesthetic for you to be able to utilize those for your designs, as well as get inspiration about different types of pieces that go together. What I love about the collage design aesthetic is that it's kind of a little bit mismatch anyways, and so it doesn't need to look really beautiful, but here is an example of one of those bundles that shows you all types of really cool kind of surreal retro types of elements that you could use for your own type of collage. I'm gonna make a design today that is collage inspired, but is gonna be super girly. I had this idea to basically make a product that typically only trends in Q4, trend throughout the year by putting a spin on it and allowing you to kind of create your vision board and mood board and have that be something that you share with your friends and family. And so that's kind of the idea that I'm going off of. The really cool thing about creating like a vision board or collage type of design style is that it's really just creating and curating a lot of different images and throwing them all onto one thing that kind of makes sense and kind of just like looks cool. And so that is going to be my whole impetus. And so I'm going to be using a bunch of different types of images for this design. So the way that I like to do that is to open up a new project in Kittl, and that's what I've done here. And I've just started adding in a lot of artboards. So I've added in the template with all of the different bundles here. I've also went ahead and created just like a different artboard for a couple of other designs that I've liked that I think kind of fit the aesthetic that I'm going for with my artboard. You can also go over once you have this and kind of, if you have a type of graphic that you want to add in your mind, you can type it into here. So I want to do something with like a mouth or lips or something. And I want to look and see, ooh, this is cool. I want to see what other design aesthetics I can pull into my design. I really like this like mouth thing that I can start to take and then use all of them to start mixing and matching into my own mood board collage type of design. So I'll just repeat this process for all the different design aesthetics that I think that I will want. And then once I have everything here that I feel like is a good enough start, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new artboard so I can start smashing everything onto it and getting it where I want it. Keep in mind that you can remove things, like some of these images have kind of like weird coloring behind. This has kind of like a little bit of a shadow. If you just want to remove that background, it'll allow you to kind of put everything together in more of a cohesive way. So that way it all just looks really nice. So when I come back, I'll have kind of a mismatch of everything that I wanted into one single artboard. So this is kind of what I'm left with. I'm really liking it. It's kind of got that mix of glam, but is also cute. It has a little bit of a Western element. It also has kind of like that coquette Rococo theme with the cool cake that we have here. So many really cool elements I think is really fun about this. But what is going to take this design to the next level is you can use this design aesthetic for any type of product. We saw on Etsy that more of the virtual and digital downloads is what's trending right now, but I think that allows for so much transition over to the physical goods space, because we've seen that the collages are working well for phone cases, but you can take this to all types of different products. So you can create these like pre-made bundled kind of mood boards that if people vibe with it, they could definitely print them onto a tote bag or a t-shirt or a mug. Or if they are making these designs somewhere else on the internet and want to just do a personalized kind of mood board, mug or tote bag, or literally any other product, they can totally send those over to you to be able to print on your print on demand product. What I want to do is something very different. Is I really like this, and this is something that I think is so fun, so girly. I want to print this on a wrapping paper, and I think it's a really cool idea. So that way, as the year goes on, as my girlfriends have birthdays and things like that, I'll be able to wrap the gifts in this really fun printed wrapping paper that kind of showcases who I am and is also fun and flirty and just different. There's no wrapping paper that exists on the planet that's going to look like this. And the fact that print on demand wrapping paper is a thing is just really amazing. It sells super well in Q4, but we don't see as much penetration in the other months of the year. So that's why I want to design this product. I also think that it's a very smart thing to do to get these types of listings up early. I also think it's a really great idea to focus on different types of wrapping papers, because those are things that you can chip away at throughout the year. And if people come to your shop in November and December and you have all of these wrapping papers listed, you could very easily rank very highly for wrapping paper in Q4 and launch a ton of like actually Q4 wrapping papers. So all I'm gonna do to this design is I'm going to add a little bit of text that says "with love from Megan." So I love this. I think it's cute. It has the handwritten "with love with Megan." It has all the cute design elements that I think are really fun and work well together to give that like vintage but also like girly cute vibe. You can tweak this, you can edit them. If something's trending well but you want to change the color palette, you can totally do that too, which is why I love that this is something that is performing well. This is something you could also just like take the text back off of and throw it on different products that we're not seeing on Etsy quite yet, but we are seeing the interest in kind of that collage mood board type of design aesthetic. So I'm really excited about it. I went ahead and threw this on some Printify wrapping paper and have that as a sample to show you just how cool it turned out. So this is what the wrapping paper comes like. It came in this like nice long box. I love this product type. It's one that I'm going to be incorporating into my shop a lot more frequently. I think it's super high end and just shocked the heck out of me on how well it turned out. I'm not gonna unroll all of it because it's gonna be used for wrapping all my girlfriend's gifts, but I will show you it and I love it. So this is how it turned out. Fantastic, doesn't it look great? Anyways, I just absolutely love it. I think the quality is amazing. I've never seen something like this, and I'm excited to give it to a friend, wrapping a gift and give it to a friend and kind of see what they say about it. I would love your thoughts in the comments too, if this is something that you think is cool or would be something that you would like to receive as a gift. I think we're just seeing more and more of these like girls' parties and things like that that could really resonate with something different and a way to show your personality in a way that hasn't been done before. Obviously is going to be a little bit more niche because it's going to be something that you would have to have ordered and be on hand. But I think it's going to be something for me that's like, this is my personal wrapping paper. Like, I'm going to order it, and as the year goes through, if your birthday is coming up, I'm wrapping it in my wrapping paper. So if you have interest in Kittl, please check them out. I'm using them for all of my design type of elements to be able to make these really cool collages and pieces. so many cool features on there that really allows you to look at everything in one place and edit it in one place, which is very cool. If this has been helpful whatsoever, please like and subscribe for more content like this.